Luepke, the fullback again. Ball is loose. Who's got it? Miami recovers.
What's going on, crew? It's your boy DMV back with another one. I've been off for a little bit. My voice was scratchy. My throat was bad. I had a fever and all this type of stuff. Y'all probably like, DMV, you just got back from being sick since January. But, I was diagnosed with tonsillitis, and trust me, I'm one of those people that when I'm sick, I'm like, I'll get over it, I'll fight through it, and all that type of stuff. But I had to go get checked out. I had to get back right, and I'm ready to go. And so, just to let y'all know, though, I have been working this whole time. I just hadn't been able to really talk for long stretches of time, and I wanted to make sure that I gave everybody that's here their just due, and not giving you a half-ass version of myself. But we're going to talk about Hunter Luepke today, and I've actually been talking with Iisha Morrison. You guys know Iisha Morrison. Everybody loves Iisha Morrison with the DallasCowboys.com crew, and she's an analyst over there. So we actually talked about the upcoming role for Hunter Luepke. So I'm going to allow her just due and talk about Hunter, what he's going to add to this Dallas Cowboys group, or what we think he's going to. Then I'm going to follow that up with clips. I'm going to show you the evidence and what we think is going to happen, and how the Cowboys can use him this upcoming year to the best of his abilities.
When you look at Hunter Luepke, I think a lot of people last year were unsure if he was going to make the roster just because of how kind of quiet his preseason was. But what showed me is that they gave a damn about the player was how much they let him get involved in that last preseason game. They gave him the chance to show what he could do, and we got to see him do some things in the receiving game. We got to see them kind of slip him into the flats and let him get into the open field and work, because the thing is that although I believe that their vision for him is for him to be a true fullback, but to also be able to do some receiving things because he has that capability. This guy was a running back in college, so there is an adjustment period for him physically to get to a point to where when he's taking on these blocks, he's consistently square, and he's engaging these blockers, these defensive players, straight ahead. And that's something that I thought he improved on through the season, is that when he first started, you kind of seen him not unsure, but I don't know if the power was there completely. I think towards the end of the year, his technique got better, and he was able to really do some things to help this running game get to the second level, which they struggled with last year. I think his temperament fits what they're trying to do. If you are going to go more power run scheme and stuff like that, I understand. Now, this team, I don't want them to get away from the fact that they're clearly an aerial attack at this point. Let's keep it a buck. I mean, most of the good teams in the NFL are. However, when you start getting into playoffs, when you start getting into these tight games, the ability to run the ball down people's throats is something that I think a lot more teams are going to start adopting. We saw it last year with Green Bay. We saw it with the Bills. They're going to start adopting having power run schemes in these situations because defenses are a lot lighter, and I think he can be a necessity to that. I also believe Mike McCarthy has a vision for him, because Mike McCarthy in his time in Green Bay, he used fullbacks consistently. This is not something new for him, and this is honestly something that this team has lacked. I really hope that his ability, Zeke's ability, some of these guys opens up the ability to go more pistol and to do more things under center and to really play the game with play action. But as far as Hunter Luepke goes as a player, I know from the conversations I had with him in the locker room, just really checking on his improvement and stuff like that, this is a hardworking, very intelligent kid, and he's up for the challenge. I'm really looking forward to seeing the jump that he makes this year and how they use him consistently in the run game. But I also do think that there's going to be some opportunities there for him in the passing game if things shake right. But Mike McCarthy mentioned him by name a couple of weeks ago, and that tells me that he still has a vision for the player. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited for him. Can't wait to see how much grown man weight he's put on and things like that, because that's another part of it that even Jake Ferguson mentioned last year, was that he had to prepare his body for the physical toll that blocking consistently and having to be, a part of that offensive line, an extension of that offensive line, what that does to you over the course of a 17-week season. I think Hunter Luepke is going to be ready for that. Really looking forward to seeing him in training camp get busy. And having a fullback on this team actually sounds fun. And a fullback with some receiving capability makes it even more fun. So, absolutely. Looking forward to it.
So for me, I do believe that he's going to be more of the blocking fullback So I think he'll be a hybrid fullback H back in this offense. So he definitely has a role because of what he can do catching the ball out of the backfield. He does have the ability to run, get you some short yardage stuff every now and then at the goal line. And I think that last year the idea was to maybe use him in lieu of not having Zeke, but having Zeke back. I think that he'll be more of a traditional fullback. I think it'll be more of a physical grind out run game that the Cowboys implement. And he showed you through film, and as I'm playing the clips in the background, that he's able to do some wham blocks. He's able to, be a lead blocker. He's able to sneak out in the flats and catch some passes. So I think that his role will be a really defined role in this offense. So you'll have some backs in Royce Freeman, you'll have some backs in Zeke, you'll have some backs in Rico, and you'll be able to do a little bit of everything with those guys. But I think the defined role for Hunter in this offense is to be the guy that does a lot of the dirty work. So you're gonna have to lead block a lot. Every now and then you're gonna get a bone here and there, no diddy, with a carry here and there. And when he does get those carries, he does have the flavor, he does have the juice of a running back, not just a fullback. So when you look at how Minnesota used to use the fullback, and I know Iisha talked about it with me before, Ham over in Minnesota, I don't think he has as much of flavor in his run style that Hunter Luepke does. When you start looking at old time fullbacks like Lorenzo Neal, I don't think he had as much flavor. When you start looking at John Kuhn, I don't think John Kuhn had as much flavor. Moose Johnson, when I start thinking about old school fullbacks, I don't think he had as much flavor as Hunter Luepke does have when you do hand him the ball here and there. But I think that it's a nice element of surprise to have in this offense with the type of backs that we have. So for me, I think that Rico is going to be more of your shifty guy, more of your vision guy, more of your I can bend it back with the zone here and there, and having the great footwork. I think Royce offers you depth there. I also think that he offers you a guy that's a churner, a guy that can get you 2 to 3 yards here and there. I think Zeke offers you somebody that can do it all. But Zeke doesn't have as fresh of the legs as a Rico or as a Royce. But he offers you the leadership. He offers you the pass blocking. He offers you the trust of the locker room. That's where Zeke's role is. But Hunter is going to be the dirty work guy right here. He's going to offer you help on specials. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be on all of the specials. I remember last year, it's like, well, does he play specials? Yes, he plays specials. He's going to offer you that. He's going to be the guy on your roster that you wonder, okay, he's not necessarily getting 20 carries. He's not getting 15 carries. He's not even he might even go games without getting a carry at all. But his presence is going to be felt. He's going to drive those linebackers out of the way. He's going to, drive some defensive linemen out of the way. You're going to be able to do some things where he's your kick out block and he's going to open up the lanes for your runners. I'm excited about what he's going to be able to add to this team, to the dynamic of this team. I think that when you talk about players that you have to have in order to win championships, in order to go for deep playoff runs, these are the type of players that you have to have. I've been blessed with the opportunity of coaching football for quite some time. And these are the type of players that you love to coach. People that will sacrifice themselves for the greater good of the team. I think that that's what Hunter's going to add to this team. But appreciate y'all, man, for stopping by, man. I just wanted to, do this quick snippet on what I think his role will be this year and what he adds to this team. I think that it won't be a crazy dynamic, but it'll be something that this team needs. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm out. Peace.